What's up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. Now let's put ourselves in a position we've all been in before.
4th down at 5. You need a conversion to keep your drive alive, or maybe even milk out a game completely. Your opponent is running nothing but double Mable coverage, which means the flat coverage is going to be there. What do you do?
Well, in today's YouTube video, I'm going to show you guys a way that you can take purple zones and erase them from any defense you want, regardless of whether or not it's stock or set to zone drops. This tip is actually not a new one at all, but it is a big deal as it pertains our ability to counter the most effective coverage that a lot of players out there are running in Madden right now. It doesn't matter whether you're facing the 4-3, even 6-1, or dollar, or any other defense in the game. Mable is probably the most effective coverage you're going to face. So we're going to talk today about why running back wheels, as long as you don't have another vertical threat on that side, will take purple zones up the field and leave the flat wide open. So let's go ahead and get started. Here on the offensive side of the ball, it doesn't necessarily matter what formation you choose, as long as you understand the rules for how this tip is going to work. We're going to want a running back wheel. This could be stock, or it can be a hot routed route. Outside of that, you're going to want one other route that's going to attack the flat and no other vertical routes releasing off of that side of the field. So we're going to call this play Gun Bunch X Nasty Mesh Spot. Now here on the defensive side of the ball, what we're going to end up doing is running our Mable profile, which a lot of players will put their flats to 30 and their curl flats to 5. You've probably heard of Double Mable. We've talked about it a fair amount here on the channel. That coverage is going to be one in which most players will call cover 4. They will put their outside corners into 30-yard blues, and then they will have those purple zones that will actually end up staying in the flat. And then what they do is they typically will put their safeties in deep halves or maybe rotate it with thirds, depending on what formation they're in. But the general rule of thumb is they do not want you to be able to hit the flats, and they don't want you to hit the deep sidelines. Now, this is where today's tip is going to be really interesting, because what we're going to do is utilize the running back wheel with no other vertical route releasing on that side of the field. And what you'll notice is that the purple zone will always go up the field, leaving the flat wide open. So check this out. We snap the ball. Notice how he's going to turn and run with that particular route that cut up the sideline, leaving his flat wide open for us to take an easy check down. Now imagine that this is the 4th and 5 call that I was just talking about a moment ago. You need that particular flat to be open, and this is the route combo that's going to unlock that for you. Notice here at the snap, the flat zone or the curl flat does play the flat route to Metcalf, but the wheel pulls him into a match rule, which opens up that check down. This particular concept is going to render Mable coverage very ineffective, and it doesn't necessarily matter what formation you call. So let's go into another very, very popular defense, which is the 4-3, even 6-1. This is the notorious disengage defense that everyone likes to run. And what you're going to find is that no matter what you call on offense, as long as you follow the rule of the wheel really being the only thing that's going to release on this particular play down the sideline, you'll note that as soon as it goes up the field, that purple zone will turn and run with it, and then we can dump the ball down the flat, provided that you don't get shed by that point in time. But we'll go ahead and do this again. Anytime you have a Mable coverage in which they have any type of depth for their purple zones and then blue zones on that side, even if they just run cover 3 sky and don't have Mable coverage, this is going to be really good. So again, with this concept, we are going to go ahead and run the wheel. You know that he's going to turn that guy up the sideline. You can throw this ball out in the flat, and now you pick up your yardage that you need for the first down. This is a great check down tactic that only involves 2 routes, and it's really, really effective. This is going to allow you to do a good job attacking the short side of the field, because as we know, most offenses out there are pretty darn good at this in terms of flooding sidelines, and that's why so many players go to their Mable coverage to begin with. Now, before I get into the counter for this, if you guys could do me a quick favor, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you're notified of all the uploads here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. channel. I upload Monday through Friday in the mornings with long form, and then I upload our shorts in the afternoon to give you just a little bit more. And if you guys want more, you guys can head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg, where $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website. That is constant and consistent vault updates, keeping you guys on top of competitive metas and counters to metas like the one you're seeing right here in this YouTube video. You guys will also unlock every single offensive and defensive game plan on the website, and you get members only Discord access included at no additional charge, where we have lab sessions every single week to take your questions about things you're struggling with and help turn those into strengths in your game. Again, go check it out. $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website. Now, of course, I don't want to leave you guys hanging without a counter to this. So one of the things I want to show you is that on the defensive side of the ball, if you want to set up a Mable coverage, it's actually pretty smart to do this out of a quarters style defense. You can even shade the coverage up if you want to turn your quarter flats into curl flats before you set up your Mable. And what I've found in this particular concept is that if you do your Mabling out of cover 4 base match coverage plays, so not cover 4 drop, but anything called quarters, palms, cover 6, cover 9, this is going to allow you to not have your purple curl flat run up the field with the wheel. So watch here on this play as our quarter flat turned purple zone will not run down the field with this. So this is going to be a great counter for anyone out there that maybe struggles with this conceptually. This applies specifically to curl flats, not quarter flats shaded up into purples. That's a great workaround. So allow me to show you another example. If I were to do this out of cover 3 sky, what this would actually do is it would really end up screwing up the way that this works. So let's just, for the sake of argument, run our Mable coverage to the left side of the screen. This is a stock cover 3 with a stock purple zone that is set to our zone drop. If I were to go ahead and run the wheel flat combo or the wheel smoke combo on this play, you will see right away that as the wheel turns up the sideline, it will make him match, and that's going to leave this wide open. But in this next rep, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the exact same coverage shell on that left side of the screen, but I'm going to do this out of the play quarters. So again, this is quarters match style coverage. You guys can go ahead and shade your quarter flats up to turn them into curl flats. And then from there, go ahead and set up your Mable coverage. And I want you to watch how Keekly in this quarter flat turned curl flat zone dropped actually behaves. So again, here's your route combo. We're going to put Y on a wheel. We're going to put X on a flat. You can even motion him out, leave him on that smoke that I just mentioned. And what you're going to see is that as soon as the ball is snapped, he's going to jump out into his zone drop. He's not going to be affected by the wheel. He's going to stay home in the flat, and that can end up being a pick if somebody is doing this to you and you need a quick counter on the fly that doesn't involve you actually changing the coverage that you want to be in. So this is how you can counter Mable, but also still be in Mable if somebody is doing this trick against you. That is today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, again, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you don't mind, drop a comment below, help push this video out in the algorithm to reach other Madden players just like you looking for tips and tutorial content. We'll be back a little bit later this afternoon or tomorrow with our next long form video upload. Until then, this is Ian. Get in the lab and good luck.